there tech enthusiasts, welcome back to the channel where we take a deep dive into the hits and misses of the tech world. Today we're taking a bite out of Apple's history, no pun intended, to explore their biggest product failures. Yes, even a company as iconic as Apple does have a fair share of their flops, from bizarre gadgets to misjudged ideas. So let's break down everything that went wrong. First up we have the Apple Lisa, one of Apple's most ambitious and expensive failures. Released in 1983, it was the first personal computer with a graphic interface. Sounds revolutionary, right? Well, it was, except from its $10,000 price mark. Adjusted for inflation, that would be around $30,000 today. Most businesses and consumers just couldn't afford it. Add to that the sluggish performance and limited software, and Lisa was quickly outshined by the Macintosh in 1984. Next up we have the Newton MessagePad, Apple's first attempt at a personal digital assistant, or you could say like the iPad. This is my iPad from 2019. It's old. You know, it's not having a good time anymore, really. I need to get a new one. Or a PDA. It promised groundbreaking features like handwriting recognition, but
Dingus. Burger.
yeah, handwriting recognition wasn't exactly revolutionary. It was clunky, inaccurate, and led to tons of jokes in the media. While the Newton had its fans, it couldn't justify its high price tag and was discontinued in 1998. In fact, Steve Jobs reportedly hated it so much he discontinued it when he went back to Apple. Next we have the Apple Pippin. You're probably wondering, what on earth is this? A lot of you have probably never even heard of it. I hadn't until I started researching. Did you know Apple once tried making a gaming console? Meet the Apple Pippin. A strange hybrid of a gaming console and a multimedia computer. Released in 1996, it partnered with Bandy to target gamers. But here's the thing, it cost $600 and had very limited games. It faced fierce competition from the PlayStation and the Nintendo 64. Unsurprisingly, it sold under 50,000 units and is now a collector's item for Apple fans. Next we have the iPod Hi-Fi, Apple's first attempt at a high-quality speaker system. It promised to deliver audiophile grade while serving as a docking station for your iPod. But here's the catch, it cost $349, didn't have wireless connectivity, and couldn't compete with the emerging smart speakers like Sonos? I never know how you say their name. Customers saw it as overpriced and underwhelming, leading Apple to discontinue it just 1 year later. Now, let's talk about a more recent flop, the Butterfly keyboard. Introduced in 2015, it was supposed to be thinner, quieter, and more reliable. Spoiler alert, it wasn't. Users complained about stuck keys, missed keystrokes, and dust rendering the keyboard useless. Apple then launched a repair program but had to scrap it entirely in 2019. Switching back to the scissor mechanism. Lesson learned, thinner isn't always better. And Apple replaced Google Maps with Apple Maps in 2012. Things didn't go as planned. The app was riddled with errors, wrong locations, distorted landmarks, even dangerous driving mistakes. It was so bad that Tim Cook himself had to come out and publicly apologise. Then the failure became a meme. To their credit, Apple Maps has improved so much over the past, over 10 years definitely, but its launch was definitely a train wreck. Next we have AirPower. When I first heard about this thing, I initially thought it had been released. I don't know why. I initially thought to myself, oh yeah, it's been released, but I would never hear anything about it, nor see people review it. So AirPower is Apple's wireless charging mat. Announced in 2017, it promised to charge your iPhone, Apple Watch, and AirPods. I actually have something similar to that. Actually, on my nightstand right next to me, it charges my Apple Watch, my iPhone, and my AirPods. perfectly. It sounded incredible and people were so excited for it, but it never made it to market. Apple faced engineering challenges like overheating and cancelled the project in 2019. This was a rare instance for Apple admitting defeat before a product had even been released. So what can we learn from these failures? Even the most successful companies aren't immune to failures, but Apple's ability to learn from these flops and innovate afterwards is what keeps them on top. The iPhone wouldn't exist without the mistakes learned from the Newton, and Apple's commitment to quality today might even stem from avoiding past missteps. And that's the story of Apple's biggest product failures. Which one surprised you the most? Or do you think some of these were just ahead for their time? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more tech dives. Thanks for watching. I'll see you all later. Bye!